All right, last section here in chapter 9, that we're going to worry about is percents and decimals. And in this section, we are going to convert decimals to percents, and then the other way around, convert percents to decimals. Very simple process involved with these. And first one, let's do percent to a decimal. So when we convert percent to decimal, converting percent to a decimal, remember percent's always out of 100. So to go to a decimal, we will divide by 100. That's all you need to do, divide by 100. 100, or actually essentially that is just moving decimal 2 places to the left. Okay, convert, let's say we got an 80, let's just go with 80%. 80%, it means 80 out of 100. So if we divide by 100, 80 divided by 100, you end up with 0.8. 80 divided by 100 equals 0.8. And so essentially, you are only moving your decimal places, just moving it 2 places to the left. It starts out here, 1, 2. Okay, let's do another one. 65%, move it 2 places to the left, 0.65. Let's say you had 5%. All right, 5%. Remember, 5% is just going to be 5 out of 100. And if I move it over 2 spaces to the left, I need to add 0 as a placeholder. So when there's just one number here, I need to add 0 as a placeholder. So there's my 0 as a placeholder, and there's 5. Decimal was here, and I moved it over 1 space and 2 space. Had to have 0 for a placeholder. I'm going to do another one. 0.8%. Again, same rule. This would be 0.8 over 100, okay? But I'm moving the decimal over 2 spaces to the left. And so the decimal starts here, so I need to add 2 zeros for placeholders. So from here, 1, 2 places to the left. Converting percent to decimal, move decimal place 2 places to the left. Then the other part of this is converting a decimal number to a percent. And we actually did some of that from the last time. Convert decimal number. Convert decimal to percent. And again, percent's always out of 100. So take the decimal number and you multiply it by 100. So multiply by 100. And essentially that is moving this decimal 2 spaces to the right. Two spaces to the right. So if we have 0.7, okay, 0.7, I moved the decimal 2 spaces to the right, or I could say you multiply it by 100. If I take this times 100, I end up with, let's go times 100. I end up with 7 times, this 0.7 times 100, I end up with 70, or in other words, 70%. Let's have 0.08. Well, converting that to a percent, we're going to move it over 2 decimal places. 1, 2, that is 8%. Or you could say 0.8 times 100, you're going to end up with 8. Let's see, we have 74, 0.74. Move it 2 spaces to the right, 74%. Then if we had this 0.648, move it 2 spaces to the right, you have 64.8%. Follow these rules and you will have no problem. I'm going to do one more here. 1.35 as your decimal. So again, move it 2 spaces to the right. And you end up with something over 100. It's 135% because this number is more than 1. Likewise, if we had 2.06, 2 spaces to the right, that'd be 206%. So very simple concept. Just know what your rules are and you're going to be good. Thanks.